Boom, boom. This is Cameron, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. All right, so we got a little bit of Bleach Immortal Souls up today. We're going to go ahead and continue on. Now, I managed to get the team up to roughly where I want it to be. So we've got Tensei Zangetsu, we've got White Ichigo, and Kenpachi in the backfield. The front line is Urokora, and then we've got Full Hollow Ichigo, and then we've got Zazu Pro. Now, I just finished getting him up to 3. And I got all of his equipment done. Also went ahead and brought up base Ichigo to 3 just because I use him inside of the actual squad boss. So squad boss, I take out Urokora and I put him in place simply because of the fact that Urokora, doesn't really affect that much in terms of the squad boss. I get a lot less damage, better survivability, of course. But if they're not doing more damage, it really defeats the whole purpose. The squad boss is designed to, have do as much damage as possible. So I'm average between 45, around 45, sometimes a little bit less, sometimes more. It just, anywhere between 40 and 48 is what I'm actually got on it. So it's really weird. But yeah, so that's what I'm currently running in the squad boss. So let's go ahead and see if this is any better. Now I've got a couple other things. So even if I don't progress, I've got a couple of other things that are coming to head. First is Kenpachi. In 3 or 4 days, I will have enough of the Kenpachi coins to actually finally buy the last 20 I will need for him and take him up to a 6-star. So that will open up the damage reduction skill for him. And I'm also almost to the point where I do have enough of the actual coins. I've got 208, so I need 32 more Omni shards to actually take up another character to 6-star, whether it be Tensei Zangetsu or White Ichigo. So one of these will be taken up to 6-star as well. So that's what we got in terms of that. So I'm going to be getting quite a bit stronger once they get to 6 stars. That's going to open up the damage reduction, which means they're going to have more survivability. So if I don't get very far within the elites today, enough to get to chapter 24, then I will be able to in the future. So it's just a matter of time. But I wanted to go ahead and give it a try now since I have everything where I'm at. So as I say, you need 909 to advance. And to get into the next, to go into 23, so you need 917 and I have 909. So I need 8 more. So that's what we're shooting for today. So let's go ahead and go into fight. And we'll go into elite stages. Now remember, I stopped at 100 was where I stopped at. Let me make sure my squad's actually right before I go into that. So formations for the elite mode. And no, that's not right. So let's go ahead and screw this down here. And we got put Zazu's per there. So that's the way it goes right now. In the backfield, I guess go ahead and keep this here. I don't see really any need to change these at this point. A heal. And then a burn, so that should be something there. Maybe you could maybe put Shinji, but in terms of he's ready, he's just some more damage. So I'll probably go ahead and just use him. So that formation's saved. So now let's go back into the elite stages. Let's hit a 100. Let's see. Now remember, I was pretty close to beating this, but did not quite beat it the last time before everybody got wiped. Now I have, now that I've got Zazu Sapporo at the front. He's more of a tank, so that should hopefully give me a little bit more in terms of survivability on the front line. Unfortunately, the big problem here is that Lisa is in the thing, so Lisa has the ability to hit the back row as well. So it's going to be a big problem in terms of in actually beating this, because she can wipe out the whole back row just like that. So yeah, this is not going to be any better in terms of beating it, simply because it's a back row issue. So as you can see, the only thing surviving is, of course, the 2 tanks. See, that's the revive. Zazu's Pro's revive there, which makes him incrementally, incrementally stronger there in terms of what he's doing. And he has a pretty good. He has a pretty good. He has a pretty good rage as well too. So Zazu's Pro is definitely my strongest tank. As you can see, he's still alive. So he's definitely a pretty good tank. He's more, I think, more of a tank in terms of what he does with actual survivability. Iroquois is a tank too. What I like about Iroquois is the fact that he has a shield, which makes him quite a bit better in terms of what he can do. So yeah, we barely cleared it. So, but that, like I say, this one right here is not a very good misnomer in terms of what you want to do. I think that's just a hump. So let's see how well we do on the next version here, which is Khan. Now this is what I want to try to get there. They got Lisa in there again, man. They're just going to taking Lisa is just like being all the time. Man, they're just tearing up the back line. I'm seriously considering rolling back my tanks into the back. Since they don't seem to be focusing on the back, you seem to be focusing on the front. Might as well put them in the front so that at least, won't be getting hit with that. Okay, so Lisa's gone. But now we've got to get rid of Soifan because Soifan's a back line too. So we should be able to 3-star this one. But yeah, they seem to be, the last two have been focusing on the back line. It's been totally uncool. One thing you could do is, what I suggested if you're having trouble getting past 100 and even 101 in terms, is just focus your damage dealers to the back that are normally in the back. Focus them to the front and then put your tanks in the front and the back. So we 3-starred that one, which is what expected. Some of these, like 100 is what I like to call a hump, so to speak, which means they won't let you progress. You have to reach a certain standard before you can pass it, which is usually much higher than is required to actually run the story. Like when I got all the stars to beat the story mode inside of I think it was for the last story, I did not need to be. I went through 3-starred every single mode on the story, except for the last one, and I only got 2 stars. So you don't really need to have that much of an actual thing. I probably should move Anohana to the second spot on this particular one since it does have 2 actual stages to it, and you kill them all before you have a chance to get attacked in the first stage. And Inohana's set to come up first. Both went for Zazapura there, which is fine. If you want to attack Zazapura, go ahead, because he's just going to revive. See, that's why I chose him. That revive is very helpful in terms of, because that would normally be the position that Shinji was in. If that was Shinji's position, he'd have been dead, and that would be it. No more. He's not coming back. But yeah, Zazapura, as you can see, the poison here under these, that's from Zazapura too. So they're getting the DOT on poison on him almost immediately, which helps in terms of the destruction of over time, because it always helps. Any damage over time dot should be something that you want to focus on to try to get a bleed, a burn, or something like that. So this one right here should be 3-star. We shouldn't have any trouble with this one. So this will give me, I got 3 on the last one, 3 on this one, and then 1 on the first one, so 7. So I just need to win 1 more stage, and I'll be able to advance into the next story mode. So yeah, 100 is don't be discouraged if you like me if I only do 1 star on 100 simply because of the fact that it's not commiserate to what you're going to be facing afterwards. The other stages are a lot simpler. It's just that the fact that that stage is overloaded. I don't know why they do that, making it so difficult for you to advance. I would prefer if they kept things just a little bit more in line. So none of these are back attackers. I don't think. No, yeah, Gadget can hit a little bit the back line. But yeah, she's all frontline attacker as well too. As you can see, my frontline holds up pretty good. Okay, they're going for your core. Full Hollow Ichigo. He's got good life still. He'll be back up pretty soon. Plus, I'm gonna get some heal. Ohana's just the best. Let me rephrase that. Ohana's the best hero that you can get. You know, fairly. She's an SSR. The best healer in the game, of course, is the UR version of Orihime. But getting her the Christmas version of Orihime, so it's the UR version of her, is like really difficult. The only time you can actually get her was in the event that came out, and you had to actually, I actually had to ended up dropping $5.99 to get her. It was $5.98, I believe it was, and I did manage to get her, but she's only 2 stars, so she's really not something that you can put in. But she does pretty good healing. I'm using Yonohana simply because she has good healing, but I'm thinking about now that I've got my team base, I can start focusing on the minutia. So I might go ahead and bring, see what I can comparatively get out of UR Orihime's version and see if it's something that I might want to replace Yunohana with. But right now, Yunohana's, as you can see, there just previously, she gave me a massive heal. So, I'll just have to see which does the better healing and which offers more from their rage. So as you can see, I do now have enough to advance into the next stage, so I can do the next story mode. We'll just go ahead and continue to run this until it runs out, or I run out of stamina, which first, and then I'll do another video and we'll go over the story, because I do have enough to enter story, and I should have moved you. If I have to redo this one, I'll move this because they're going to get off. So I need to move Yunohana to the second level when I have 2 levels, simply because of the fact that she's going to proc with her heal when there's nothing to heal. So this one right here does not look to be too difficult in terms of what it's got either. But yeah, this one's going to be extremely easy. Once you get rid of love, there's nobody else. I mean, Orihime does not do a lot of damage at all, but her healing is her main staple. When you see her in teams, that's mostly people are wanting her rage to heal, but since she's the only one left, she can rage all she wants, because her rage doesn't do any damage. But she'll heal herself. But she's not even going to get a chance to do that. Yep, there we go. So that's that one. So yeah, we're moving along here. Doing a pretty good job. How much stamina might be an issue? No, I still got 77 left. So we're up to, so yeah, we do have enough to advance clearly, but let's see how far we can get along in these, just simply because the elite stages is what you need to level up your equipment, to get the mats to take your equipment. I needed to get it to 101. Most of my equipment's at red 2. I have a few pieces at red 3 because I got some red 3 mats inside of the store. But I could not get it for everybody simply because you need 101, and 101 was not cleared. So now that 101 is cleared at 3 stars, I will be able to get the mats. 100, I don't think 100 is used for any mats gathering. It jumps straight to 101, which lets further confirms that 100 is just a jump stage where you need to prove that you have a team capable of surviving massive damage to your back line. And Sazzo Sapporo clearly carried that. As you can see, he was the only one alive. And that's why I think Sazzo Sapporo is definitely one of the best characters out there. and he proved himself a 100. That revive is just immensely helpful. And it's, you know, it hit procs every time. He tends to happen in squad boss. I see it proc all the time in squad boss. Whenever the squad, you know, whenever the hollow does his zero, he just, you know, a lot of times by the time they get to the second zero, enough damage has been done that I usually use Ichigo, not full hollow Ichigo, but I usually lose the base Ichigo, and then Zazzle Sapuro, but then Zazzle Sapuro, of course, revives. So I continue to have him through the remainder of the fight, which is why I get more damage having him in there, because he survives. If you're dead, you can't do any damage. Don't get me wrong, don't ignore Shinji, because Shinji is excellent for 1v1. Okay, so that's as far as I can go. All right, so yeah, so these are the ones I needed. I needed 101, 102, 3, and 4. These are the ones for the equipment. So now I will be able to start starring up my equipment as well past Red 2 without having to, you know, wait for that to come available in the store. And then I won't be able to go to these until I've halfway through story mode 23. So story mode 23 is up. We'll have a different video for that. Let's just go ahead and confirm that, yep, it's now open. So this will be doing, so if you rise from the ashes, so this is story 23. So I'll have another video shortly. And we'll go ahead and explore 23. If things go like they did in 22, I was able to 3-start every stage until the last stage and only got 2, and then I came back and got it a short while later. But so I have to see what 23 is. Because, you know, this I haven't been to it before, and I haven't watched anybody's videos on it, so I'm not exactly sure what it is. But it is open, we'll wait a little longer because I don't want to run the video too long, so I just put it into 2 videos. But look for that video to come out either sometime today or sometime tomorrow morning. We should have a story mode video up for chapter 23. All right. So again, if you're having trouble on 100, you might want to look into Zazzle Sapuro, because he definitely cleared it for me. Without him, I would have lost again. He was the only one alive in the final battle, and he took down the 2 front, you know, one in the front row, and he took down Lisa in the backfield. And he had to use his revive. So if he did not have a revive, he would not have came back. So that's one thing. Also, if you don't have Zazzle, you might want to focus your tanks to the back. So maybe putting the tanks in the back, because 100 is going for the back. So maybe sticking the tanks in the back, okay, will allow, you know, so that way they'll take a lot of damage. They might not die, they might survive because they are tanks. But your front line will still be up, which is where your attackers are normally in the back line. So having your attackers killed is not good. So if you put your attackers on the front line, they'll get hit, but there'll be not nearly as much damage that's applied to the backfield. So that should still be alive to continue the fight, which should enable you to complete it a lot longer. So that's something that you might want to do on 100 just to get by it. So what we can do here is what you can do. Let's go ahead and try that just to test it out to see how it works. So let's go to the formation, and we'll go to our elite mode formation. And what we'll do is we'll drop him in the back, we'll drop him in the back, and we'll drop him in the back, so that they're now in the back. Okay? And that'll auto save. Then let's go back into fight, back into the elite stages, and then let's go down to 100 and fight. So let's see if this gives a better idea of what way it might be better to go. So now I've got my tanks in the back. So what this might do is this might give me, you know, so okay, so some damage to the front, but the front had a shield. Okay, but see now she hit the tanks in the back. Okay, they didn't die. Now Unohana's going to come out for the heal here in a few minutes. So that got a pretty good heal on the back. So, but my front is still alive, so I can still do damage. Okay, and the last one didn't get much damage at all. And notice that Iwakura threw the shield up on the front guys. Okay, so he didn't throw the shield up on the back. Okay, so Iroquois throws a shield on the front, even though he's not a member of the front. He throws a shield to it, which is nice. That helps. That helps, putting the front line in the front. So yeah, this is definitely the way to go in terms of survivability. I might not take. Well, yeah, I should because of this right here. But yeah, so this should kill. So this is definitely the way to go. So switch your front line to your back line and vice versa. Yeah, 3-starred it. Okay, that's all you have to do. So just, yeah, of course now, you will of course want to actually, after you've 3-starred that, you might want to use it on 101 too, because Lisa's in 101 as well. I'm not going to do it. I don't want to waste it. But Lisa's in 101. Well, so you might want to switch that as well. But do remember to go back into your formation after you've done this. And of course, switch back to the normal, okay? Because you don't want to be putting them up all the time, because generally the front's going to take the damage. All right, so that should auto save. All right, so yeah, that's the way to do it. Just switch your backline for 100s. All you have to do to 3-star. All right, so okay, I'm going to call it quits. 20 minutes here. Okay, so thanks a lot for watching. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Once you've subscribed, you will see a bell, and then once you click on that bell, you will get notified each time I do drop a video. So you got an Ichigo shard there. All right, so again, thanks a lot for watching. Remember to like and share the video, as that will definitely help the channel get it out there, all right? So this is Kendra, coming at you from the corner, signing out.